Welcome to Business and Life Mastery. I'm guessing if you're watching this, you have done lots of hard work in your business and you finally got it to a point where you could take on employees. You've built your business up, you've got yourself ready, you've got some kind of cash flow, you've even got your head around employment contracts and PAYE, and then you're just about to kick things off and start, and maybe you had one final check, and then you realised, oh, do you know what? I need a flipping workplace pension for my employees. Yep, you need one if you're hiring in the UK, so let's get this over with. First of all, a little flipping rant on pensions. If you want to skip this rant, just go to the timeline and look at the chapters and skip to the next bit. But for God's sake, they don't make it easy, do they, taking on employees, this flipping country. Now, there are many, many positives to this country, by the way. They are burning money for businesses in the time of COVID, which is very exciting because it's allowed me to become an employer. But for God's sake, how much crap have I had to go through in the last week? How much red tape and stuff I've had to cram into this little crappy brain. And first there was employment contract. I was expecting that. Obviously you need a contract when you employ someone. Brr! And then there's PAYE. And okay, I was kind of expecting that as well. Yeah, I knew about pay slips. I haven't been an employee for a very long time, but obviously I knew about pay slips and paying tax. I knew there was going to be a bit of a complicated system, and I'm right. And then I was about to start. Everything was ready. And then I got a post on my personal Facebook from my brother, who's a financial advisor, and he said,
You have got a workplace pension in place, haven't you?
You've kind of looked into that and sorted that. You know that you need one of those so you don't get a fine. You know that you could get a fine if you don't offer automatically enroll your employees in a workplace pension. And I was like, what? And that has led me down the garden path of getting my head around flipping workplace pensions. So you're part of this, I'll be honest. Let off a bit of steam, get off my chest, because for God's sake, I mean, the whole idea with
pensions.
On one hand, I get it, saving for your retirement is very important, and everyone's gonna get old. We're going to live long and die, hopefully very old, given technology, and maybe part of us will become robots. Who knows? But Jesus Christ, why isn't it the case that employees can just kind of sign up or not if they want one or not? Why does that have to be put on the employer's shoulders? I don't get it. I don't get it. And another thing with pensions, especially your young people as well, who maybe don't own their first property, sort of something else that encourage them, create a scheme so they can actually get their first house. Don't push them into a pension. Don't have them saving for their flipping retirement when they don't own their own place and they're just burning money on a monthly basis to some sleazy goddamn landlord. Get them on the property ladder first, then worry about pensions. So that is my rant out of the way. I just needed to get that off my chest. So let's dive in. I'm going to log into the gov.uk website. We're going to talk through what you actually need to get up and running with one of these flipping workplace pensions. And hopefully you'll be a bit clearer and you'll tear less hair out of your head than I have in the last few days. Here we go then. I'm on the government website, gov.uk. Just typed in workplace pensions on the search. Search for that. Scroll down, going to click on workplace pensions, and here we go. Joining a workplace pension. Let's talk through these stupid bloody points, shall we? So, you need to automatically enroll people into a pension scheme if the following apply. And yeah, you do need to automatically enroll employers. I'll come back to that in a sec. So first of all, if someone is classed as a worker, so if they work for you basically, if they're not a freelancer, then they are a worker. Let's just break that down a little bit more. So what is a worker? If they have a contract with you or arrangement, their reward is for money or a benefit in kind. What else is their flipping award going to be? What a stupid thing to say. They only have a limited right to send someone else to do work, subcontract. They have to turn up for work even if they don't want to, even if it's torture, even if they want to leave and walk out like Piers flipping Morgan did the other day, they're still a worker. And what else? The employer has to have work for them to do as long as the contract for the arrangement lasts. Blah, blah, blah. It's quite obvious, isn't it? So pretty much anyone who works for you who isn't a freelancer that you found through a flipping freelance site. Right, let's go back. Your age between 22 and state pension age. So basically, if someone is younger than 22, they don't need to be automatically enrolled. You can just get in contact with them. Apparently, you need to be very non-biased, which is very flipping hard for me. And then you basically say, look, do you want to give like, a little bit of money towards the government, even though you don't own your own place, even though you don't have your own house yet? Do you want to save for a pension? Do you want to take even more money away from your paycheck every flipping month that you'll see only when you're 55 or older? Do you want to do that? So they can actually say yes or no if they are, like I say, younger than 22. But if they are 22, between 22 and state pension age, you need to automatically enroll them. You earn at least £10,000 per year, which is per annum, by the way. So even if you've got a 6-month contract or a 3-month contract, if their salary kind of calculated over a year, if they worked for you for a year, was £10,000, then that would apply. Now, that would basically mean that you would need to break the law, actually, in order for this not to apply, because you would need to pay someone less than the minimum wage, and I'm pretty sure that's against the law. Could be corrected. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then you usually, ordinarily, work in the UK. So, yeah, if you're hiring someone in the UK, then it does apply. So, should we talk about automatic enrolment then? So, here we go. So, when your employer does not have to automatically enroll you. So, if you've given notice to your employer that you're leaving your job, or they've given you notice, so if they want to leave and walk out, then you don't need to worry about their pension. You have evidence of your lifetime allowance protection. I don't really understand that. Click on that if you want to find out about that. You've already taken a pension that meets the automatic enrolment rules and your employer arranged it. So, yeah, you can't have 2 pensions with the same employer. Next up, you get a one-off payment from a workplace pension scheme that's closed, a winding up lump sum, sounds like someone's fixing a flipping kitchen drain, and then leave and rejoin the same job within 12 months of getting the payment. Blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, you're from an EU member state, you're in a limited liability partnership, you're a director without an employment contract. There we go. So that's when you don't have to automatically enroll someone, and it's very far and few between, because I would say probably 98%, if you're hiring someone in the UK, 98% of people come under the automatic enrolment umbrella. So let's actually find out how you do automatic enrolment. Right, now jump to the pension regulator's website. It's thepensionregulator.gov.uk. They've got all the information that you could possibly need for these flipping stupid pension thingies. So I've basically gone to home, employers, workplace pension, employing staff for the first time, and it gives you a nice little yes or no thingy for divvies like me, for people who just really can't be arsed with this bloody scheme but have to do it anyway. So, shall we go through this little tick box thingy, see what pops up? So, employing staff for the first time, answer yes if you employ at least one person now, or you're thinking of employing someone, or your current member of staff doesn't earn enough to pay tax or national insurance. In case you're an utter tight ass and your member of staff doesn't earn enough to pay tax and national insurance, then click yes. Answer no if you're a director of a business with no plans to employ anyone, you're freelance or self-employed, or you're just here because Pornhub was broken and you got a little bit lost. So let's click yes. Here we go. Automatic enrolment. Are the people you employ aged between 22 up to state pension age? I'm going to assume, if you're watching this, probably yes. Probably yes. It's quite hard, isn't it? Very hard. Very, very hard to find someone with a high skill level under the age of 22. In my experience, you can luck out, but yeah, it's proper tough. And do you really want to risk someone at the age where you kind of is a bit touch and go with heart attacks? I don't think so. So let's click yes. Let's go through that. Do any of the people you've identified as being aged between 22 up to state pension age have earnings before tax of more than 10,000 a year? or 833 per month, or 192 per week. Well, given that even if you employ someone for 25 hours a week on national living wage, that would come in at £205. You really need to employ someone, I think, on like national minimum wage for maybe like 20 hours a week for this not to apply, or you need to be a proper tight ass and try and get under the radar of something below the national living wage, which I would not recommend. Don't be a flipping tight ass. Don't flipping skank it with your employees. Come on, you're in business for a reason. So let's click yes. And here we go. I am or will be the employer who has to provide a pension scheme. You select the following options. You currently or will employ at least one person. Have at least one person. Yeah, we've been through that. They're just rubbing it in now, aren't they? View your duties now. Right, here we go. What you have to do and by when. So first of all, the fun just continues. It's brilliant. Hooray! It's like a holiday. Choose a pension scheme. Now, what you need to do, let's click on that. You have to go through, find a scheme yourself, and they've recommended lots of schemes here. And I spoke to my brother, who's a financial advisor. Apparently, I think he is still. And he recommended Nest. I think Nest isn't the best one to do, like for like employers or employees even. But I think it's the most easiest and most straightforward. An employee actually that I've taken on has a pension from a previous employer from Now Pensions. See on Now Pensions? Looked into it and they wanted some kind of monthly subscription fee. And I don't know about you, but I'm kind of sick to death with the amount of monthly subscriptions I need to run my business. So I then went to Nest. Oh, and just a little disclaimer, you should obviously seek proper advice when you're choosing a pension scheme. Read through everything, blah, blah, yakety schmackety. So yeah, I won't go through all the ins and outs with Nest right now. This is not what this video is about. But yeah, so far, so good. A lot of the time when I've been working through this, I don't read a lot of this stuff. I called the customer service line and I just say, look, I hate reading websites. I hate going through it. Can you explain it to me? And if they explain it in a way where I'm just like, what the? This is too much information. Because it's you do a lot in your working day, don't you, running your business? You do like marketing, you do sales, and then there's social media, and then there's like product refinement, development. You do a lot. So the last thing you really want to do is like go through this and really absorb all the information detail by detail. And what I do is I call the customer service line. And if they do give me a lot of technical jargon, I just say, look, stop. You know how in Family Guy where Peter Griffin says, talk to me like a 5-year-old? You really need to do that now. And then if they still continue talking technical jargon, I'll bring it back again. I'll say, look, I'm really not joking. I know you thought I was joking. I know you really thought I was joking there, but I'm really not. I'm really not. It's not going in. You're going to need to explain it to me. Maybe get a little notepad. Let's do a Zoom call. And draw stick men. Let's draw pictures so you can actually really communicate to me what the hell is going on. So, as long as you do it with a laugh and a smile, they get a kick from it. You know, yeah, they might think you're a bit of a div, but who cares? You know, at least you'll get your head around what the hell is going on. Anyway, so Nest Pension was the one that I went with. I signed up for their scheme. And I think I've got like a final activation code coming through in the post in the next few days. So let's just take that back a few screens. Right, step 2 is work out who to put into a pension. And here we go. It's all the stuff that I was mentioning before, but there's a whole table here to really kind of break it down a lot more. So, let's have a look. Type 1, type 2. Let's break that down, shall we? So, again, gross earnings, if they're aged between 16 to 21, it's type 2. If they earn over 833 a month, it's type 1. And then if they are proper old, then it's type 2. So type 1 and type 2, I'll break them down in... I'll break them down now. Let's break them down now. So type 1, as I mentioned before, anyone aged between 22 up to state pension age, and then they earn over 10 grand a year. Staff who don't need to be put on a pension scheme is anyone outside of that, isn't it? It's a little, yeah, some bits are a little bit obvious, then some bits just have you running around circles, making you want to ram your head squarely into a brick wall. So that's step 2. Work out who you need to put on the flipping scheme. Then you need to write to your staff. You need to do a little formal letter. Get the template. There's templates on the screen. On a screen. Letter templates for staff who are being put in a pension scheme, and then letter templates for staff who are being put in a pension scheme but who do not receive relief tax. And yeah, basically, and then you've got templates there for letter template for staff who are not being put into a pension scheme. So to cover your own back and to make sure you have all your boxes crossed. I'm losing my mind. Download a template. It will take you 2 minutes, and then send them a letter. Email them a letter, and make sure that they reply to your email. So you've got a little trail, a little digital trail. And then this is fun. You need to declare your compliance. I declare bankruptcy, but you need to declare your compliance. That was an Office reference, by the way. So once you have figured out who is gonna get on a pension scheme and who isn't, and then what pension scheme you're gonna sign up to, you then need to declare it. Just declare it to the world. Go up on your roof and get a tannoy loudspeaker and declare your pension. And you're finally done with this bullshit, and you got it all set up. So you basically you go through this process. Once you got that all set up, and you basically just let them know. You let them know like exactly what I just said. I know there are probably other questions that I haven't answered. That's probably because there's some stuff that I'm still learning myself. I am kind of working out right now how to have the pension payments that I have to give to my employees, how to do it automatically through basic PAYE online tools. But I think that's another video for another day, because that's pretty much my limit with pension stuff. Guys, I really hope this video was useful. For me, it was slightly therapeutic, if I'm completely honest. Please do like the video, leave me a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay well, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.